I think it would be informative for you and of interest is sun care. And that based on, again, what we were told and what we're learning, and I think that this could be of value to you. It's a research that was done by Johns Hopkins, and that is maybe there's a deficiency that lies within us that makes us respond negatively to sun. Right? The sun is an earth element. We need it. In the meantime, we're all sitting here vitamin D deficient. So how do we embrace the health benefits of the sun, but make us more receptive to the sun? And so within their study, they looked, and I'm going to edit this, they basically looked at 3 areas. They looked at nutrition first. So they put a group of people in the sun, and they looked at their nutritional levels, and they found that people that had deficiencies in vitamin B and vitamin D had more of an inflammatory response in the sun. And we know that vitamin B and vitamin D are all part of supporting blood vessels, strengthening the capillary bed, and reducing this histaminic reaction that leads to inflammation. Okay, so now we up their vitamin B and D and we put them back in the sun and we find it's reduced. Then we say, well, the sun is a free radical. Well, the sun isn't a free radical. The body's response to the sun is a free radical. Inflammation's a free radical, you see. So it's not that the sun's a free radical and the sun's bad. It's that our body's response to it is negative. So they said, well, then how do we then create more antioxidants to defend from the free radical response? So they put topically like vitamin C and vitamin E, which are antioxidants, on the skin, put a group of people out, and they found that the free radicals or the antioxidants on their own neutralized the free radical that was being caused by the sun. However, once the antioxidant neutralized the free radical, the antioxidant is now unstable. So we know a free radical is this molecule that's missing this electron. It's trying to neutralize or stabilize itself, so it attaches itself to healthy tissues or cells and then tries to rob those electrons in order to neutralize, to stabilize. And so an antioxidant adheres to the molecule, so the free radical, and tries to neutralize it versus it attacking the body itself. So now we have an antioxidant that's neutralized the free radical, but it's now a free radical. And that antioxidant doesn't really even have the capability of recycling that which it's neutralized. So then they said, well, wait a minute, we have our own antioxidant system. Our cells manufacture an enzyme that acts as an antioxidant against free radicals. Why don't we just prompt our own systems to produce antioxidants and see what happens? And that's what they did. This is no new thing that we have our own antioxidant system, but how do we prompt it? And so they found that, again, this reduction of this inflammation in the skin. So what prompts our antioxidant system? Within the study, they found a chemical constituent of plants, several plants, called sulforaphane. And sulforaphane has this capability of prompting your antioxidant system. So they always say, eat more curried broccoli. Why? Because broccoli and turmeric has sulforaphane in it. Okay? So, and you see now supplements coming out. There's a big increase in awareness about broccoli all of a sudden. Why? Because it is more stabilizing for the body in defense against negative free radicals. The third aspect of this study was What do we do with the energy of the sun? You know, it's energy, it's heat, it's a molecule. When we put a sunblock on our skin, the chemical is absorbed into the skin, and those molecules lie within the skin layers, and the sunlight hits the skin. The chemical of the sunblock absorbs that energy, and it confines it. You never confine heat, otherwise it will implode. And so with this implosion of heat is where this free radical generation came from sunblocks. It's not good. Is everybody following me? Because I know this is like, oh my God, I have to wrap my head around it. It's one of those moments. But it's, okay, so we don't want to confine it. We don't, because then, again, that heat will implode and that's causing more damage. So the idea is that we want to take the energy of the sun and diffuse it. So the diffusion means taking it and separating it and keeping it moving through the skin. And if we have elevated defense by prompting our own antioxidants, and we have elevated our nutrition, then our response to the sun and absorbing it should be lessened. That's the latest news on sun care. So with that, I'm very proud of a formula that I created based on this study called Sun Diffuser. But this is based with broccoli, so it's going to elevate that antioxidant system. Has red raspberry in it, which is a sun diffuser. It takes the UV rays and it helps to move that molecule through the skin. It has a reishi mushroom in it, so it helps with hyperpigmentation, helping to diminish that. It has calendula in it, which helps as a wound healer with collagen in your skin, and so on. So the idea of this is to build nutrition in the skin, to diffuse the sun, and to build your own antioxidant system. We've had it on the market now for, it'll be 3 years, and have had unbelievable, right? So you still have to use the common sense approach to using the sun, when you're using any kind of sun defense. You don't sit out in the sun between peak hours, like 10 to 2 or 10 to 3, depending on where you are in the world. You still want to reapply the product. The nice thing about Sun Diffuser is it is cumulative, which means that what you're really doing is building up natural defense. So that if you're using it every day and then you've used it for every day for a month or so, and then you go out and you don't use it, you still will have built up defense. If you're going to be on a boat or you're going to be at the beach, Sun Diffuser's not enough. You should still do protective clothing, I would say. Or if you really know you're going to be out prolonged, because here's the other issue with sun protection is people forget to reapply. So that's really the latest information on sun defense. It's pretty exciting, and it really falls into all of Delatere. Every single product we manufacture has a plant that has sulforaphane in it. So the idea is that no matter what product you're using, you're boosting your own antioxidant system.